Hello everyone. Today we learn about the data structures. Introduction to data structures and different classifications. Before that, we can know about the different definitions related to the data structures. Data is the collection of raw facts. And these data are simply a value or set of values of different type, which is called the data type, like the string, integer, char, etc. Those may be stored in the data. And structure is the way of organizing information, so we can easily use the data. And data structure is the representation of the logical relationship existing between individual elements of the data. It is a logical relationship existing between individual elements of data, and data structure is a specialized format for organizing and storing data in memory, which considers not only the elements stored but also their relationship to each other. Okay, with the help of data structure, we can organize the data in the memory, and not the storing the data in the memory, which also specifies the relationship among those data. And data structure is about structuring or arranging and storing of data in such a way so that it can accessed and used efficiently. Okay, data structure also specifies the arranging and storing of data in the memory, and that can be accessed and used efficiently. And the introduction. Data structures means data plus structure. Data is the raw fact which can be specified by using the any of the data type, like the string, integer, char, float, double, like that. And structure is the way of organizing the data. Okay, the data structure affects Data structures affect the design of both structural and functional aspects of a program. So program is the algorithm plus data structure. Algorithm is known defined as the step-by-step procedure to solve a particular function or problem, and which means algorithm is a set of instructions written to carry certain tasks, and the data structure is the way of organizing the data with their logical relationship retained. Okay, algorithm is the step-by-step procedure to specify the particular problem or function or the tasks, but data structure is the way of organizing the data with their logical relationship retained. To develop a program of an algorithm, we should select an appropriate data structure for that algorithm. Okay, to perform that algorithm, we have to select the appropriate or related data structure for that. Therefore, algorithm and its associated data structures form a program. So we define the program as the algorithm plus data structure. Why data structure? Why we need the data structure? Okay, the human requirements with computer are going to complex day by day. The users using the computers becomes the complex nowadays. To solve those complex requirements efficient way, we need the data structures, which provides fastest solution of human requirements and provides efficient solution of complex problems. that is based on the space and time. Space is the how much the memory it is occupying, and the with how much time it takes to complete that problem. Okay, for this purpose we need the data structures. Data structures are the way of organizing and storing data in computer. So we can perform several operations efficiently on that, like the insertion, deletion, modification, appending, like that. Okay, it is widely used in every aspect of the computer science. Data structures are the widely used aspect in the computer science. The main idea behind the data structure is to reduce the memory usage of data structure operations, that is the space complexity, and reduce the execution time of operations on data structures, that is the time complexity. So the main idea behind the data structure is reduce the space complexity and reduce the time complexity. The time complexity means the time takes to complete its operation or execution, and space complexity, how much extra space it is required to occupy in the memory. And data structure study covers the amount of memory required to store, how much memory is required to store that particular data, and it also covers the amount of time required to process. To complete that process, how much time we need to how much amount of time we require, and representation of data in memory, how we can represent data in the memory, and operations performed on data, and what are the operations to be performed on data can be studied when we are studying about the data structures. The need of data structures. What is the need of data structures? As the applications getting complex and amount of data is increasing day by day, they may arise the following problems. Those are the processor speed, data search, and multiple requests. Processor speed. To handle very large amounts of data, high speed processing is required. Okay, for storing the billions of data within the files per entity, processor may fail to store that large amounts of data. For that purpose, we need the data structures and data search. For example, if the inventory size is 120 items in a store, if our application need to search for particular item, it need to traverse those 120 items every time, which results the slowing down the search process. To avoid this, we require the data structures. We can directly search the particular item at particular place. Okay, and multiple requests. If thousands of users are searching the data simultaneously on a web server, then there is a chances that very large server can be failed during that process. To avoid to fail that process, we need to use the data structures. In order to solve these all problems, to increase the processor speed, to for example, to store the billions of data or large amounts of data in a file, and the fast searching of the particular data, and the multiple requests by the multiple users on the web can be solved by using the data structures. For this purpose, we need the data structures. And the advantages of data structures. We have many advantages using the data structures. Some of the advantages are efficiency, reusability, and abstraction. Efficiency. Efficiency of a program depends on the choice of data structure. Okay, we have the many types of data structures like the array, stack, queue, linked list, trees, graphs. Depends on the data structure, the efficiency of the program may be changed. Okay, for example, if we want to store some data, we need to perform search for a particular record. If we organize the data in an array is the sequential linear data structure or sequential data structure which stores the data in sequential manner. If you want to search the particular record, it searches data in that array sequentially. Okay, instead of using that array, we may use the better data structure like the search process make the fast, like the ordered arrays or binary search trees or hash tables. Array, binary search tree, ordered arrays, hash tables, all are the data structure. But instead of using the array, when we are storing and searching, it is fast comparing to the array. Instead of using the array, we can use the binary search trees or hash tables. Like that, efficiency of the program maybe depends on the selection of the data structure. And reusability means reusable. Data structures are reusable. That is, once we have implemented a particular data structure, we can use it any other places. Okay, once we define, those can be used it at any place. That is the advantage of the data structure. And abstraction, which data structures is specified by the abstract data types, which provides a level of abstraction. Okay, the client uses the data structures through the interface, not the how that is implemented. Okay, that is called the abstraction. What is the meaning of that? That is the without knowing the how that is implemented, we are using. Okay, that is called the abstraction. Data structure is the abstract data type. These are the different advantages advantages of the data structures. And the classification of data structure is classified into two types: primitive data structure and non-primitive data structure. And primitive data structures are the int, char, float, double, which are the primary data types. And non-primitive data types, data structures are user-defined data types also known. These can be again classified into linear and non-linear. Linear is the arranged in sequential or linear manner, and the different types of linear data structures are array, stack, queue, and linked list. Non-linear data structures are different types which are arranged in hierarchical manner. For example, different non-linear data structures are trees and graphs. Okay, we can learn in detail about these all things. Primitive data structures. Primitive data structures means these are the basic data structures and directly operated upon by the machine instructions. These are the primitive data types. Okay, these operated upon by the machine. Okay, and these are the machine level instructions. So we call these are the primitive data structures. Okay, primitive data structures have different representation and different computers. These may have the different representation, different computers means depends on the operating system or platform, it can be changed. For example, integer, floating point, float, char, constant, string constant, pointers, etc. fall into these primitive data structures. And these may occupy different memories spaces for different platforms. The most commonly used operations on data structures are create, that is the creating, selection, updating, destroy or delete. These are the most commonly used operations. And the non-primitive data structures. Non-primitive data structures are the more sophisticated data structures, and these are derived from the primitive data structures. The primitive data structures are int, float, char, double, like that. And these emphasize on structuring of a grouping of homogeneous or heterogeneous data items. Okay, we can group the same type of element or a different type of elements into the single unit. The examples for the non-primitive data structures are lists or the linked list, stacks, queues, trees, and graphs are the different non-primitive data structures. The most commonly used operations are the creation, selection, updating, searching, sorting, merging, and deleting. Searching, sorting, merging, these are performed on the non-primitive. On the primitive, we can perform the create, selection, updation, and deletion only. We cannot perform the search, sort, and merging operations on primitive data structures. And different and non-primitive data structures again categorized into linear data structures and non-linear data structures. First, we learn about the linear data structures. Linear data structures are the data structures which has the homogeneous elements, means the same type of elements stored, is called the linear data structures. We call the data structure as linear if all of elements are arranged in the linear order or sequential order. So we call the data structures as the linear data structures. And these elements are stored in non-hierarchical way, where each element has the successor and predecessor except the first and last elements. Okay, these are arranged in the non-hierarchical way, and each element has the successor and predecessor except the first and last element. The data structure which elements are in sequence and form a linear series is called the linear data structures. And these are very easy to implement, and since the memory of the computer is also organized in linear fashion, so we can use these or implement these in easy way. Okay, so because the computer memory is arranged or organized in linear fashion, so we can it is easy to implement by using the linear data structures. Some commonly used linear data structures are stack, queue, linked lists. Okay, and we have the two ways to represent the linear data structures in memory. That is the static memory allocation and dynamic memory allocation. These are the two different methods to represent the linear data structures in the memory. And different types of linear structures are arrays, stacks, queues, and linked list. Array is the collection of similar type of elements of data items which have the which are called an element of the array. Okay, these data items is called the element. Collection of similar or homogeneous elements is called the array. And the data type of the element may be any valid data type like the char, float, double, long, like that. Any primitive data type can be used for storing the elements in the array. And the elements of the array share the same variable name, but each one carries a different index number known as the subscript. Each element in the array can be identified by using its indexes are called the subscript. And these arrays may be the one-dimensional, two-dimensional, or multi-dimensional. For example, if we have the array age, then array elements which have the 100 elements, then those elements are identified by age of 0, age of 1, age of 2, age of 3, up to age of 99, which is started from 0 to 99. Always the subscript or index starts from the 0 and it stores the 100 elements. Starts from 0 to number size minus 1 elements can be stored as the setting. For example, in the memory location, these can be stored like this: 0, 1, 2, 3. These are stored in sequential manners. These are the index position and these are the memory locations. The data is arranged in sequential manner or linear manner. So we call this as the linear data structure. If we want to search some particular element, we have to search in linear manner only. And the next, another linear data structure is the linked list. Linked list is the one of the linear data structure which is used to maintain a list in the memory, which maintains the list. And it can be seen as the collection of nodes like this. These are the nodes and stored at non-contiguous memory locations. But in the array, it stores at contiguous and sequential manner only the memory is occupied. But in the list, it occupies the non-contiguous memory locations. Each node of the list contains the pointer to its adjacent node. This is the node which consists the two parts, data part and next part. Next part is the pointer which points to the next node of its adjacent node. The first node is called the head and the last node always points to the null. Okay, in simple words, linear list consists of nodes where each node contains the data field and reference fields, that is the next field or the link field to the next node in the list. For example, here we have the 4 elements. So we have to create the 4 nodes A, B, C, D, and every node consists the 2 parts, data part and link part. We call that link part as the next. Means why we call this as the next or link? Because it points to the next node or next element of the list. And the last element always points to the null. Means it is the last element in the list. And next is the stack. Stack is the another type of linear data structure in which insertion and deletion are allowed only at one end called the top. Only at the top position only we can insert and delete the elements into the stack. And stack is the abstract data type and it can be implemented in most of the programming languages. It is named as stack because it behaves like a real world stack. For example, piles of plates or a deck of cards, etc. Piles of plates in a canteen. The plates are arranged one by one. If you want to remove, the last inserted plate is removed first. So, the order of the elements follows the last in, first out. The last inserted plate is removed first. So, last in, first out, or we call the first in, last out. The first inserted element is deleted at last. So, we call this as the order is the LIFO or FILO order. And this follows the particular order in which operations are performed. Okay, the stack follows the particular order, that is the LIFO or FILO, first in, last out. Okay, for example, this is the stack, which is the stack only insertion and deletion happen on same end. Here from here only we can insert the elements. This is the push. Push means we are inserting the elements into the stack. And pop, if you want to remove, if we are inserting like this, we can inserting one by one. If you want to remove, we have to remove the top element. So we call the last in, first out. Push is called the insertion and pop is called the removing element. The stack is identified by its topmost element. And next is the queue. Queue is the linear list or linear data structure in which elements can be inserted only at one end called the rear and the deleted only at the other end called the front. Okay, the elements are inserted into this and deleted from this. Okay, inserting means enqueuing the elements. Insertion and deletion happens in different ends is called the queue. But stack it is the same. And it is also the abstract data structure which is similar to the stack, but it opened at both ends. Therefore, it follows the first in, first out FIFO methodology for storing the data items. That is the elements inserted at the rear and deleted from the front. The best example for that this is entering into the train or bus or taking the ticket from the queue. Okay, so it is queue the first positioned element is inserted into the first. So we call this as the queue. So it is named as the queue. And non-linear data structure. The non-linear data structure is the data structure in which data item is connected to several other items. This is the hierarchical structure, and it exhibits either the hierarchical relationship or parent-child relationship among the elements of the data in the data structure. And the data elements are not arranged in sequential structure. It is arranged in non-linear data structure. For example, the trees and graphs are the different non-linear data structure. The trees and graphs are the consist the data elements which are arranged in the hierarchical manner or parent-child relationships. The different types of non-linear data structures are trees and graphs. Trees. Trees are the multi-level data structures with a hierarchical relationship among its elements is known as the nodes. This is the example for the tree. These are the nodes. These are the leaf nodes. End of the bottommost nodes in the hierarchy are called the leaf nodes, and the topmost node is called the root. This is the root, and each node contains pointer to point the adjacent node. It points to this and this. This one is point to 2 and 3, and 2 is points to 4 and 5, and 2 is the child for the 1, and 3 is the child for the 1. 1 is the parent of 2 and 3. Tree data structure is based on the parent and child relationship. The topmost elements are called the parents and bottommost called the childs. Each node in the tree can have more than one children except the leaf nodes. Okay, and the root cannot have the parent. Each node have at most one parent except the root node. Root node has the first node which is started from there, which doesn't have the parent, and leaf nodes doesn't have the childs. These are called the leaf nodes. And trees are classified into many categories like the binary trees, binary search trees, and many types. Okay, for example, this is the example for the binary tree. And next nonlinear data structure is the graph. Okay, graphs can be defined as the pictorial representation of the set of elements represented by the vertices connected by the links called the edges. This is the graph. These are the nodes called the vertices, and these nodes are connected by the link are called the edges. So the collection of edges and vertices is called the graph. The graph is the nonlinear data structure which consists the nodes and edges. And the nodes are referred as the vertices, and the edges are the lines or arcs which connects the two nodes in the graph. And the more formally, a graph can be defined as the finite set. Graph consists of finite set of vertices or nodes and set of edges which connect a pair of nodes. Edge which connects the pair of nodes, and graph consists the set of vertices. A graph is different from tree in the sense that graph can have the cycle while the tree cannot have that cycles. It is the cycle 0, 1, 4 becomes the cycle. 1, 4, 3 becomes the cycle. 1, 2, 3 becomes the cycle. It is closed. But in the tree, it is not possible. That is the difference between the graph and trees. The tree becomes the graph when it has, the graph becomes the tree when it has the no cycles. Okay, in the summary, in this video, we learn about the data structures and what is data structures and what is the need of data structures, what are the different advantages of data structures and different classifications of data structures. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you one and all.